Hey, I'm Dean and this is Legacy Voyage. In Season 1, I'm documenting my journey to earning my first 100K net worth as a full-time college student. Join me as I share some of the lessons I learned along the way. How I played with a New York Yankee and won. So this was on a weekend with my rugby team, and the thing was that we didn't have a game scheduled that week, so it was really just a chill weekend. We're just gonna hang out, do nothing the next day. The thing was that there was the graduate school over here is called Kellog. They're the business school, and they have a rugby team, and they were running it against Columbia and Booth the next day, and they needed players. And here I am, just a 18-year-old, not really knowing what to do. And I'm just shrugging it off. It's a Saturday. I have nothing else to do. I'd rather just chill, relax, hang out with some people. But then their head coach, they reach out to the captain of the team, and the captain tells all of the team, all of the undergrad team, hey, they're looking for some players. If anyone wants to play with them, just let them know, and they'll give you a ride, and everything will be all good. And originally, I wasn't gonna go because on Saturday I had a couple things going on. First of all, there was LinkedIn headshots. There was a professional headshot camera was gonna be used to take all the headshots for profile pictures and stuff. So that was going on. And then on top of that, I had a meeting that I was going to go to, and I really wanted to go to that. And on top of that, I stayed up late. So I didn't want to go to the thing because I would only have a couple hours of sleep. So all these things are stacking up, and I was trying to debate, should I go, should I not go? And you know the feeling where you're actually not sure that you really want to go to this thing, but you have all these other engagements that you want to go to as well. So you're trying to pick and choose, weigh the pros and cons, and that's what I was doing. I was trying to weigh the pros and cons, see which one I wanted to do more. And then eventually I was like, man, I can't leave him high dry because the only people who were gonna play with the graduate school was me and the captain. His name is Fauzon, and we're boys. Like he's also a freshman, and he's Indonesian, and we're super cool with each other. And I would not want to just leave him high and dry to something that I already agreed to go to. And so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to pull up. What's the worst that can happen? So I wake up the next morning. I'm super tired, man. I'm groggy. My mind is slow. I don't really want to be there, but I wake up anyways, and it's freezing cold because it's winter in Evanston and Chicago. So it's kind of looking like it's about to snow right now. But I wake up anyways. I drag myself out of bed. I brush my teeth, do all the things, and then I'm outside walking to the pickup spot. And then as we're walking to the pickup spot where they're gonna pick us up, I realize I don't know where it is. Like you know the feeling where you're like when you're driving, you're starting your drive, but you don't know where you're gonna go, so you just go in the general direction of where you think you're gonna end up. So that's what I started doing. I started texting him, hey, where am I getting picked up? Where do we head to? Who's even picking us up? Because I had none of this all planned out. It was all just go with the flow, play it by ear type thing. So I'm up. I'm super tired. It's freezing cold outside, so I'm in my winter jacket, got sweats on, and we're going. And then I finally figure out where we're supposed to end up. So I go over there, and I'm just chilling over there. And then eventually, our ride pulls up, and then as we're going, we realize there's only two seats, and there's three of us who are going. So it was me, the captain, and then this other guy who wanted to check it out, but he was injured, so he was just gonna go and watch. So there were two more seats and three guys left. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just head out. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna just head out. You two go, and I'll stay, and I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a great game. That's what I was thinking. But they were like, we'll make it work. So we all just shoved in there. It's four big dudes in the back, and then in this, it was kind of like a pretty decent sized van, but it was four of us in the back just squeezing together, and this was about to be like an hour-long drive because it's far, and that was a little bit rough. So the drive there, I'm my shoulder squeezing against the door, and then And then the guy next to me is like laying on my chest and he's putting all his weight there and I can barely breathe. And then I'm over there scrunched up. My legs are in a weird position, just like squeezing together. It's not a comfortable. It's not a good situation. And I'm there for an hour, and we're all like, "Man, when are we gonna get there? When are we gonna get there?" So we finally pull up to this place, and we realize it's indoors. So we're like, "Oh my goodness, thank goodness," because it was freezing cold, and if we had to be in our rugby shorts with the jersey, it would have been that would have been rough. But as we're going, oh, we're talking in the car, and the driver he says, "Yeah, I used to be a ex Yankee. I used to play for the New York Yankees," and he just what's the word? Like moved past it. And I was like, "Wait a minute, what?" So as we're talking, he says his name, and then Fauzon, he looks him up. He's like, "Bro, this guy's legit." And he used to play football for a big time Texas school. It's D1. He used to start over there, and then he went first round pick for the New York Yankees. Man, I forgot his name. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot his name. But he was, yeah, he was. We found out that he was a professional athlete, and we're about to play with him, and it was insane. So as we pull up there, we finally get to the spot where we're gonna play at, and then we walk inside. And as I'm walking inside, it's like walking into I don't. It's like walking into a huge stadium. Like as you walk in, you see this huge field, and you're like, "Oh my goodness, this place is ginormous." That's how I felt. It was humongous. So as I was there, we're pulling up, trying to figure out what our positions are, trying to figure out who we're playing with, and we play, and then we see the other players, the other teams. There was Columbia, the Ivy League, because they flew down for this, and then the Booth, U Chicago's business school. And I was amazed actually, because these guys were huge. Like even the players on our team, they were kind of big. I was like, man, this is gonna be rough. And then as we're warming up, as we're practicing, getting ready to play the game, I overhear one of the guys saying like, "Oh yeah, the average age out of all these fools is probably like 35." And I was like, "Wait a minute, what?" Everyone over there was probably around 35 years old. Grown men with full on beards. Like some of them have kids. And I was over there, 18-year-old, with the other 19-year-old kid. And we were over there about to play with these guys. And we play the games, we play the games. We played against Columbia for one of them, and then U Chicago for another. I think we lost against U Chicago, but we beat Columbia. And after the game, it was awesome playing against these grown men, just being able to sauce them up. There was one play I remember that was my friend actually he got like 2 3 tries. There's one play that I had where I took it up against a ginormous dude, this big dude. I run it up and I truck him over, and I go and see another dude and I truck him over. Then I make like I got a good 20 yards, 15 20 yards. But that was awesome, that feeling. But there were a couple other times where I just got completely demolished. Like Fools was running at me and he just completely shoved me to the ground. And we don't talk about those. We don't talk about those. But the game went awesome. I was definitely sore after. You better believe I was sore. But after that, we went to a meetup spot. So after the game, we all pull up to a bar, and I don't drink or anything, but I pulled up to the bar just cause, see how everything's going, and also cause I didn't have a ride back to school. Because really, I wanted to go back to school because I had some things I wanted to do. I had a lot of work I had to get done. I was like, you know what? I don't have a ride, so I'll just stick with these guys. So then we pull up to the bar, and as we're at the bar, I'm just thinking, well, I might as well just talk to everyone because there was the Columbia fools and the Booth fools, and we're over there, and I'm talking with all these people, and I realize, oh well, I introduced myself to the first dude, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm in business school, of course, and in business school he's planning on starting a company with one of the professors, and he asked me, hey, do you have any interest in entrepreneurship? I was like, oh yeah, I'm super interested in entrepreneurship. And then I talked to another dude, and he was telling me, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The reason I came over here is because I really just want to be more into consulting. My plan is to have a higher paid consulting career after this. And I was like, oh my goodness. Person after person after person that I met, every single one of them were doing big things. And my mind was blown in sitting in the bar. I didn't have a drink and I don't drink. That's the thing. But I was there in the bar just chilling and talking to people. And this is the crazy part. This is a huge part of what I found, and the power of networking is not the actual event themselves, but the event after the event, the after party or the after meetup, or even the meetups before. But it's these places where I can be more intimate and more connecting with the people that I meet. Because on the rugby field, of course, we're gonna be like, hey, what's up? How long have you been playing rugby? That type of stuff. But at the bar, we were like, what are your plans for the future? What do you want to do after you graduate? Those type of questions that we were asking. And that's what I thought was super cool. And it was awesome. I was so glad that I was able to go because even after that, we visited some people who came from, they went to high school in Singapore, and they were like from, I think it was Notre Dame, undergrad from U Chicago, another dude from, it's some school, Pepperdine. Well, another dude from Pepperdine. But these are all the Fazon's friends, and we just met up. We hit up Chinatown, which was super cool. But that entire day was awesome. And I was planning on not going into it, which would have sucked. But that was the story of how I played with a New York Yankee and won. This dude, the New York Yankee, he was actually going crazy on the field. I never seen such fundamental tackles before in my life. This guy was going crazy. But on the car ride to the bar, we were talking and talking, and I realized this fool is like he's an actual businessman. He owns like 5 different nonprofits. And the thing with nonprofits that I didn't understand at first was that it's nonprofits. You're not making money on nonprofits. But actually, he's making quite a bit of cash. Like he's making a little bit of bank. And he was like an ex fighter pilot or something. And all the people he knows was like all the NFL teams, and the owners of the teams and the coaches. Like he knows a bunch of the professional sports because that's what he deals with. And I was just talking. It was crazy meeting all these incredibly successful and cool people. And that's what I love to do is just meeting these great people, networking, getting to know them, what their goals are. It's awesome. And yeah, that was the story. I don't have any update for today. Just wanted to record this story. But yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Talk to you.